his eye, Grace, with the background, which I've always had actually, but I'm just super lazy and I decided not to film here because it takes a little more work. Anyways, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, well, at least for me. I mean, I think I've gotten like 150 new subscribers. I think that I've gotten so many new subscribers because my sketchbook tour video is on the second page of YouTube results when you search sketchbook tour. So, wow, that's super cool, and like, more exposure. Anyways, to welcome these new subscribers who came for a sketchbook tour, I decided to do another sketchbook tour, part 2. And sketchbook has a little less material than I had last time because shorter time frame, but whatever, we're just gonna jump right into it. So this is a familiar scene. It's my sketchbook cover. We've already been over this, plus new damage because I just keep my sketchbook in my backpack and I am ruthless with it. Yeah, let's just start where we left off, which was right here. As you can see, I did go in and I colored it some more so they look a little more cohesive as a piece. And I also discovered that it's not a head full of dreams of dying like a martyr, it's a head full of fantasies. So, check your quotes before you Sharpie, kids, because this haunts me. This was the page where I had the lip biting action. I decided to add some moony couple with doubtable anatomy. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on with the neck, but I don't think it's possible for your neck to be that long. Actually, now the more I look at this, the more it bothers me. And then this is my character from my book that I wrote way back in November for NaNoWriMo that I have not actually edited at all. This was, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was trying different perspective or something. Very lap-sided James Potter. Who has gauges? This is maybe not actually James Potter because I cannot fathom James Potter having gauges in like 1980s England, but who knows, he could have been a punk. This was a totally disastrous picture, like, I don't even know, that I decided to paint over and turn it into a landscape because I don't have any landscapes in my sketchbook. I don't really do acrylic a lot, so I was just kind of slapping on colors and seeing what happened just for fun, and all in all, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, that's usually what I use to reassure myself. This is the Pantone colors of the year, I think Serenity and Rose Quartz or whatever. And I happen to have these colors as Copics, so I thought it would be fun to play with them and mix them and see what I could come up with, which was apparently space, an angry girl, emotionless girl staring prettily into the distance, small child dragging a teddy bear, and fashion blogger model. Oh, and then this is what my desk looked like at one point. And it's pretty sketchy and messy, and most people are like, oh, God, Grace, you drew this? I thought better of you. And I'm like, oh, I know, I'm sorry. But I did this with a Tarte felt tip eyeliner that is like 3 or 4 years old, that is so dry, it just, like, the stuff doesn't come out. It either comes out in a clump or just in a dry, feeble scratch, like right there. So I decided to use it to try and draw. This is a picture of just some random girl. It was inspired by Adele's cover on Time magazine, which is why, even though it doesn't really look like Adele at all, the nose, I feel, looks like Adele's nose. These are little vignettes from my desk, so like, well, that's obviously not from my desk. That's like a parody of those like, follow me posts. But this is the corner of my art room. This is like the wall of my art room, and this is my dual plug iPad and iPhone charger that I use to charge my iPad when I'm making videos so it doesn't like run out of battery. This is like this little comic that I did called Suburbia, but with sharks, so like all the letters have little teeth on them. So my friend did this one where it's like, what are you looking at, honey? And he's listening to like All Time Low and he thinks he's so freaking cool. And his parents are like, oh, concerned, and they're like, what's wrong with him? So this page was by my friend Addie, and this page was by me. It was basically like, Mom Shark tells Dad Shark, you know, I'm just concerned about Timmy. I think he's joined a cult called Emo, and Dad Shark's like, oh, I'll talk to him tonight. And then he actually does, and poor Timmy's like, it's not a phase, this is who I am. I'm not emo either, just a label. I defy labels, I defy stereotypes. I'm so cool. Maybe biographical of me in 7th grade, but let's not dwell on that, shall we? I have a 4-color pen that I use a lot to sketch. So this is a sketch of my friend's dog. I don't know what this is. Some of these are just completely random. I was trying to do hands. And these are more sketches. These are with Copics, so I have some water bending action going on. This is my friend Rachel holding a cup of, actually it was filled with, I think, M&Ms, but because we were at the beach, but you can pretend it's coffee. This is for my friend Grace. I have a best friend named Grace, and I'm named Grace, and she was feeling a little down, so I made her a little sketch that said, "You're the bomb, Grace," because she is the mom. She's genuinely like an amazing person. My school has a fashion show every year, and we have a logo contest, and this was my entry. The theme was Havana Nights, so it's like a Havana dancer with the Havana skyline in her silhouette. And I am proud to say that I received second place and $50, which is a little watercolor doodle I was doing. A lot of the times when I'm just doodling with watercolor, I don't really have like a sketch or anything. I just go for it, and then I always regret it because, I mean, not that I regret how it looks. I mean, I actually really like how this looks, but I regret that I don't film it because that would make an excellent thing for my channel. And these are concepts for like birds of paradise concepts, which were later fleshed out into this painting, which actually looks a little freaky from afar. I think I might need to define the eyes a little bit more. Originally, the concept was that she's a bird of paradise drowning in oil. It was like oil spills. But no one seems to get the oil thing, so I can also go with, you know, she's a bird of paradise and her paradiseness is leaching into the water, or something similarly upbeat. And this is a page of just like practicing emotions, crying, smiling, gently smiling, looking down, posing. I think that you all recognize this from my translating facial features video. And then this is just a series of concepts for my art class. We have a project where we have to illustrate something from an Edgar Allan Poe or C.S. Lewis piece. Yeah, I chose Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm doing Annabelle Lee. This is, I think, what I'm going to go with, where they're looking in a mirror, like big antique mirror, as children, and he sees himself, and she sees a grave, and the flowers that she's holding turn into flowers that he drops on her grave. And then we have another concept that I never really fleshed out. Basically same like reflection thing, but over a lake. Return of the 4-color pen. I don't know what this is. She's basically just wearing like a really big baggy sweater. Just, you know, chilling with a skeptical look on her face. Mara, like she always wants, she's like, "I'm your muse, Grace." But she's like not. But she is. So I actually tried to draw her, and then it failed spectacularly. Before it like held a really sad passing resemblance to her, and now there's none. If you mess up, just pretend that you didn't mean to draw that person at all, basically. And yeah, that is it. So that concludes this sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed watching, and have a nice day, I guess.